Hey guys, I'm Colin with Alpine. We're here today with our friend Randy's 2022 Ram Bighorn Edition. Randy came to us and he had the bass audio system in his Ram. And like most of you guys at home, he's looking for better bass response in the truck. His factory sound system is okay, but doesn't have the deep tight bass that true subwoofer will give. So we have the perfect solution for Randy. In addition to the bigger, better bass that's going to be added by our truck subwoofer, we also are going to be adding our OPTIM8, which will not only power the truck subwoofer, but power and improve the sound quality of the factory Ram speakers while keeping the factory Ram radio in place. So a lot of you guys at home might be asking, what is an Alpine OPTIM8? Is it an amplifier? Is it a DSP? And the answer is yes, it's both. It's actually an 8-channel amplifier and DSP all in one unit. Some of the things that make OPTIM8 unique are that it incorporates our automatic sound tuning, which measures the front of the vehicle and gives you a killer Alpine sound even with the factory Ram speakers still in place. Additionally, while we're using the OPTIM8 in Randy's truck with the factory radio and speakers, it's super flexible and can grow with him as he decides to add more power, better speakers, or even change out the radio to one of our 11-inch touchscreens. So through a little bit of Alpine camera magic, we already have the truck subwoofer and OPTIM8 installed in Randy's Ram here. As you can see, it fits beautifully under the back seat. OPTIM8 fits right into the integrated amplifier tray in the truck subwoofer. But if your vehicle at home is not a Ram, or maybe you have a Ram and this is taking up too much space for you, we have lots of other subwoofer solutions that can fit different needs. The OPTIM8 has a ton of power to run them, making 300 watts by 2 at 2 ohm and 150 watts by 2 at 4 ohm. It's plenty of juice to tackle any of our subs. In this case, we are using the amplifier as 150 watts by 2 to run our truck subwoofer at 4 ohm, which is plenty of juice because the truck subwoofer being a vented enclosure is super efficient and makes a ton of output with that 150 watts. I want to pause here for a second and answer a common question I get about OPTIM8, and that question is, do we need to use the controller that comes with OPTIM8? And the short answer is no, you do not. The controller that comes with OPTIM8 allows you to add extra features such as switching between different sources, which in Randy's case, we only have one source, the factory radio, has the ability to do Bluetooth input, which is also already handled by his factory Ram radio, and has its own independent volume control, which is not needed because there is a volume control obviously built into Randy's radio. So in Randy's case, we will not be using this display. Another common question I get about OPTIM8 is how easy is OPTIM8 to install in my vehicle? Well, OPTIM8 installs like a traditional 5-channel amplifier. It has speaker level and RCA input to grab signal from your radio. It has speaker output to power all your speakers in the car and power connections that run up to the battery. If you can install a 5-channel amplifier in your vehicle, you're going to be able to install the OPTIM8. One more thing I want to mention is that if you already have an amplifier in your vehicle and you want to add the great OPTIM auto tuning technology to it, you can do that with our OPTIM6. OPTIM6 has all the great features of OPTIM8 without the onboard amplifier. Now we're going to go through the auto tuning process that we talked about earlier. We're going to skip past some of the detailed setup because we have some great videos that we're going to link down in the description that get into that in great technical detail. Plus, if this product is being installed by one of our authorized dealers, they've likely already done that setup process for you. So before we start tuning, we're going to go through some of the details on setting it up. First thing you're going to need is an iPhone or an iPad. If you don't have an iPhone or iPad or you're an Android user, you will need our KTX CSP1 microphone. I get a lot of questions about why only iPhone or iPad, and the short answer is that iPhone and iPad have standardized microphones, so every iPhone or iPad microphone is essentially the same, where Android, because they're made by a lot of different manufacturers, they have a lot of different microphones and it's hard to predict the response of that particular mic. So first step, we want to go ahead and disconnect from the CarPlay system in the Ram. That way, when we're auto-tuning, it's using the microphone in our phone and not trying to use the microphone in the vehicle. So the easiest way to do that is to go into our phone menu and just turn Wi-Fi off, and you see CarPlay disappears from our screen. Next, we're going to go ahead and download the app for OPTIM8, and we can find that one of two ways. We can either go to alpine-usa.com and find it on the product page for OPTIM8, or we can go into the Apple Store and download the app by searching for PXE C80 C60. Next, we're going to go ahead and connect to the OPTIM8 over Bluetooth. The OPTIM8 will come up in your Bluetooth menu beginning with DSP HD and a series of numbers depending on your OPTIM8. Next, we're going to go ahead and open up our OPTIM8 app. Connect to our device. Then it will ask us to start adjusting. So the first thing it's going to have us do is set our levels. And what it's looking to do is set a happy level in between two lines that'll show up on the screen. We're going to go ahead and do that now. So they're right in between our two red lines. Then it'll ask us if we want to proceed. When we click proceed, that's when we're going to start measuring the car. We're going to tap this blue button down here at the bottom. Then it'll ask us if we want to start measuring, and it'll give us a countdown timer. And it kind of overlays a little graphic showing you kind of the sweep pattern. There isn't really a right or wrong way to do that. You just want to get the phone into as many different areas of the front of the vehicle as you can. Now we're done, and it'll ask us if we want to accept. Once we accept, it'll show us a few different lines. Our green line is the measurement in the vehicle. Our blue line is the correction applied. And then our yellow line is the most important one because that's our fine-tune line. That's our house curve. So it comes preset with a rough house curve. You can fine-tune that to your need. You can actually add or delete points by double tapping different spots. You can drag that EQ wherever you want it to be for your personal preference. This is all personal preference in that yellow line. Last thing I want to show you is that if you drag the yellow curve around and you're not happy with the changes that you made, you can always click Reset to Default, and it's going to reapply the Alpine house curve again. That can be then adjusted to your liking, and you can do that over and over again. So if you feel like you got yourself into trouble, you can go ahead and click Reset Default. It doesn't undo the auto tuning. It just resets your target curve. All right, let's check out how it sounds. Yeah, man. Randy's truck sounds amazing now. All right, so that about wraps up Randy's RAM and its Alpine OPTIM8 install. If you're looking for that Alpine sound in your vehicle, this is one of the best places to start is the Alpine OPTIM8. This can work with your factory speakers, your factory radio, can allow you to add subwoofers, power the speakers that are in your vehicle, and allow you to grow with it. As you build your system, you can change your radio out later, you can add new speakers, you can add more power and bigger amplifiers, and that OPTIM8 will still be at the heart of your system every time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the video. If you have questions for me, you can always find me on Facebook under Alpine Colin. I'm always here to help, and thank you guys for watching.